and welcome to Gusto Reaction on Gusto TV.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you guys for all you do for us. Your likes, comments, sharing our content. Thank you so much. We love you. Yeah, my name is Ifeoluwa and I'm here with the one and only Lala of Lagos.
Lala of Lagos. That's another title. Lala of Lagos.
Lala of Lagos. Because everybody is of Lagos like this.
Yes. But me, I'm originally Lagosian.
Okay.
I'm from Ekpe.
Confirm. Lala of Lagos. Lala 1 of Lagos State.
Yeah.
That one is one title.
Yenta.
Yenta. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so yeah. Today we're going to be talking about something that we know over the years we've seen celebrities, artists especially, they've usually gone, at each other's neck over issues. Some issues we are aware about it, some we're not. We just know this person and that person is having not so good time. Yeah. And it's becoming norm now. It's like a normal thing in the industry. At some point, there's always 2 persons or more that are not cool with From time, yes. Yeah. What do you think causes that?
Well, a lot of factors can come into play. I mean, the rivalry between the two said artists usually is the major factor. Okay. And then they may not just like each other from even before they got to the stage that they are. Okay. And then also maybe perhaps the fans, the media, and things like that. They also play a role.
Yeah, there are a lot of factors.
Yeah, there are a lot of factors. Yeah.
Okay, and especially with this social media time, do you think that's having its own impact as well?
Well, what social media does is it actually gets, whoever is on the other side of the divide, see clearly what the other side of the divide is talking about. If it's not directly from the artist, it's coming directly from people around them or coming directly from the fans. So they are in the know, they see everything and it registers in their head. Okay. Sometimes some artists are able to just leave it and let it go, but some are not. They see everything and they feel, oh, it's because this one says this and things like that. So social media just makes it easier for them people to air their mind and thoughts, and the other party sees it and they take it for what it is. Yeah.
So that's moving on with that. If I've picked a couple of things for what you said, in terms of the social media, it's usually, even generally, it's usually not the artist coming out to say this, that. There's always people around them. There's always people that likes them for what they do. That's fans. Yeah. Can basically just boil it down to that. Fans has a lot of influence when it comes to wars of issues between artists in Nigeria. Yeah.
So what the fans do, I wanted to give an example, but maybe it'll be too early. Like an artist will come out and say something. Okay. You may not necessarily mean it in the way the fans have taken it, but the fans know how to propagate that message and maybe make it pepper the other party. You get? So when the other party now sees it, be like, but this is what he said. They may, on a normal day, they wouldn't read meaning to what's being said that way. But the fans have blown out of proportion, and then they will feel, maybe perhaps that's what he meant, and things like that. So fans, sometimes they can misinterpret you, and then you, as the main beneficiary of your fan base, even if your fan is or your stands are doing the wrong thing, you may not necessarily want to come out and say. You just say, leave them, let them do their thing. You just let the misinformation just go and things like that.
Do you think personally, artists take whatever comes from fans, the fan base, do you think they take it personal? Do you think when these fans come out, Tati BG, we have Wizkid FC, we have other boys.
Outsiders.
We have outsiders. So a lot of times they come out to say things. And then Burna Boy made some couple of tweets during the weekend, and a lot of things came out from it. Some people like he's talking to Wizkid, blah blah blah. Some people like he's talking to he did it on his own, that he has to partner with somebody to get it and all of that. Even if he literally didn't say that in his tweet. Yeah. So do you think they take it personal when they say things like that?
Of course they take it personal. I'm going to say things like, okay, using the Burna Boy as an example, he said his piece. Naturally, he was talking to the guys who he feels prayed or were happy that he didn't win the first time. So he just wanted to say in your face to those guys. But then people are turning around to be like, he's throwing shots at Wizkid. And that's what Wizkid FCs have now come out in their bulk, in their mass, to now protect their commander-in-chief. Their commander-in-chief of the FC. So that happens a lot, even if in the actual meaning of what's being said, it's an interpretation of just maybe one thing. But the fans are able to twist it to mean something else to suit whatever agenda they have, because they have the idea that Burna Boy or Gbadun, like, he still has issues with Wizkid, like he's trying to throw shots at Wizkid to say that he's number one and things like that. So it happens. Fans know how to misinterpret exactly what their principal is talking about and make it mean anything, and then make that thing go viral. So that's how it happens. Yeah.
Do you think the celebrities on their own part keeping quiet when these things are being given so much attention and popularity? Do you feel like keeping quiet for them means they are cool with it? They're satisfied with their fans dragging another person and all of that? Okay,
if you asked me last week, I mean, I would have said, I won't say they're satisfied, but I just feel sometimes they are not being proactive or reactive to the situation. When a misinformation is being said, especially by your fan base, it will make a whole lot of sense if you come out and say, "Oh, this is not what I meant. Please don't try and cause discord between me and someone who I'm close with." I'm going to make an example with a footballer. Two footballers rather, during the Champions League, Real Madrid midfielders, Toni Kroos and what's his name? The other guy, the Croatian guy, Modric. After the game that they won, the official Champions League handle came out and said, "Oh, Kroos versus Modric," like instigating a question, who is the better person? And then obviously if there are two fan base, people will come out and say, but the actual people involved, Kroos came out and said, and Modric came out and said, "Oh, they should stop try and pitching him and his teammates against each other. Instead of and that's two people in the same teammate, and they took the responsibility and came out to say, "Oh, don't do this. If you want to compare us to other people, fine, compare us, but we are in the same team, we are teammates, we play together." So things like that. And I feel our musicians, if you see misinformation that's being said about what you've said, it makes a whole lot of sense for you to come out and say, "Oh, this is not what I mean. Don't twist me. If you are really a fan of me, you wouldn't do this," and things like that. But majority of them keep quiet because, and that just follows the whole narrative of this one is doing this or this one said this and this. When in actual sense, whoever said so didn't say what it literally means. So I think they have a role to play for them to now say, "Oh, let me correct some misinformation by my fan base." We know you're not in control of your fan base sometimes, but you can come out and say, "Oh, this is not what I mean."
Yeah. So there you have it from Lala. It says, of course, fan base have a way of, igniting issues between celebrities or probably whatever they have already going on and just blow it up with what they say online and offline. But the celebrity themselves has the responsibility of also trying to curb their fan base, even if they are, scattered all over the place. You can always come up online to say, "Oh, this is not what I mean." You could just come out and just, support. Maybe Wizkid release a song and if Davido wants to say, "Oh, I'm cool with him," you can come up and say, we see Davido do that a couple of times when he say, "Oh, congrats" or "happy birthday" and all. But yeah, as Lala said, artists as well, you guys have so much to play when it comes to fans and how much they've waged wars between celebrities. That is what we can take from today. Thank you so much for always sticking with us, and of course, keep liking, comment, sharing, tell people about what we do right here. And if you're new to this channel, please just click on the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you get it just as we drop it. For myself and Lala, see you next time.
Adios.